Have you ever wondered why the Gospel of Luke is often referred to as the Gospel of Mercy? Let's delve into this unique book of the New Testament and explore its stories, teachings, and themes. Our journey starts with the birth of John the Baptist, foretold to Zechariah by the angel Gabriel. Zechariah, filled with disbelief, becomes mute until his son's birth. The angel Gabriel makes another appearance, this time to Mary, a young virgin, promising her a son who shall be Jesus, the Son of God. As we move forward, we witness the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, the visitation of shepherds, and the presentation of Jesus in the temple. The childhood of Jesus is largely a mystery, with a single story of him astounding scholars in the temple with his wisdom at the tender age of 12. Our journey continues with John the Baptist preparing the way for Jesus. He baptizes Jesus in the river Jordan, marking the beginning of Jesus' ministry. Jesus, filled with the Holy Spirit, withstands the devil's temptation in the wilderness and returns to Galilee to begin his teachings. The Gospel of Luke gives us a unique perspective on Jesus' ministry. It is in this Gospel that we hear the Beatitudes, the parables of the Good Samaritan and the prodigal son, and witness Jesus' compassion for the poor, the sick, and the marginalized. In the final chapters, we encounter the Last Supper, Jesus' betrayal by Judas, and his trial before Pontius Pilate. Jesus is crucified, dies, and is buried, only to resurrect on the third day. The Gospel concludes with Jesus' ascension into heaven, promising to send the Holy Spirit to his disciples. So, why is the Gospel of Luke referred to as the Gospel of Mercy? It is because of its emphasis on Jesus' compassion and forgiveness. Jesus reaches out to sinners, eats with tax collectors, forgives a woman caught in adultery, and promises paradise to a criminal crucified next to him. In summary, the Gospel of Luke narrates the life of Jesus Christ from his birth to his resurrection and ascension. It's a story of God's mercy, compassion, and love for humanity. It teaches us about forgiveness, humility, and the importance of helping those in need. It's a reminder that God's love is not confined to a select few but is available to all who are willing to receive it. This gospel encourages us to live a life of love and compassion, to reach out to the marginalized, and to live a life worthy of the calling we have received. It reminds us that in God's kingdom, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. It's a gospel of hope, promising us that no matter how far we may stray, we are always welcome back in God's loving embrace. As we conclude, remember that the Gospel of Luke is more than just a story. It's a guide for how to live, a blueprint for a life filled with compassion, mercy, and love. It's a reminder of God's infinite love for us and his desire for us to love one another. It's a call to action, challenging us to live a life worthy of the calling we have received. So, take a moment to reflect on the teachings of the Gospel of Luke. How can you incorporate its teachings into your life? How can you show compassion and mercy to those around you? Remember, it's not just about believing in the gospel, but living it out each and every day.